So beautiful people, Mario Barrios is officially back in the gym and he is ready for his next fight. But the question is this: who should the man fight next? Now listen, I can't talk about Mario Barrios without telling you beautiful people how incredible of a human the man is. Mario Barrios will be remembered as the only champion in his time who stood with the people of Gaza. And not just that, the man literally got everything it takes to become an absolute superstar. The man is an absolute warrior. He gives it his all in every single fight. He puts it all on the line. And not just that, if you actually think about it, who has beat Mario Barrios fair and square other than Keith Thurman? Listen, that Gervonta fight, there was a rehydration clause, 10-pound rehydration clause, and Mario was extremely weight drained at the 140-pound limit. And not just that, he entered the fight versus Tank not able to weigh in more than 150 pounds on fight day. I mean, Mario Barrios is one of my favorite fighters ever. The man is so brave. The man is an absolute warrior. And he, like I said, he got everything it takes to become an absolute superstar. The man is good looking. The man is a warrior. He's unbelievably exciting. He got power in both hands, which is something extremely underrated about Mario Barrios. And he is not afraid to fight anyone and everyone on any given night. Now listen, beautiful people, listen. I believe there's only one fight that makes all the sense in the world for Mario Barrios. The man, I believe he should fight the winner of Manny Pacquiao and Rolly Romero. Listen, Manny Pacquiao and Rolly Romero, they are signed to fight each other, and expect the fight to be announced at any second now, beautiful people. The fight will take place in December in Las Vegas, Nevada. Now let me tell you, beautiful people, some might say, Mario Barrios should fight this, should fight that, but I believe the Manny Pacquiao versus Rolly Romero winner makes all the sense in the world, and I'm going to tell you why. I believe Mario Barrios has earned the right to unify now. The man deserves to at least get a chance at becoming a unified world champion. He gave Manny Pacquiao an incredible fight. It was one of my favorite fights this year. And listen, I picked Mario Barrios in that fight, beautiful people, and you can definitely make the case that Manny won the fight, but it was competitive, it was incredible, and it was most importantly a historic fight. Now, if Manny wins versus Rolly Romero, then you already have the storyline. They fought one another earlier this year and a couple of months ago in what was a controversial decision. So who doesn't want to see Mario Barrios versus Manny Pacquiao again? And just if Rolly wins versus Manny Pacquiao, which I highly favor Manny Pacquiao to win that fight, and let me tell you why. I was there, beautiful people. I was there, front row, in the States. I went to the States and I watched Rolly Romero fight Ryan Garcia, and it was an incredible performance by Rolly. But let me tell you why I favor Manny Pacquiao over Rolly Romero. I'll tell you why, beautiful people. If you actually think about it, when you look at the entire style of Rolly Romero, I believe the most underrated punch and underrated weapon when you talk about Rolly Romero, and the punch that sets up all his power shots, and especially that devastating left hand. It's the jab to the body. It's the stab to the body, the left jab by Rolly Romero. It is an absolutely devastating punch, and it was actually the punch that won him the fight versus Ryan Garcia. Because Ryan is a pressure fighter, high guard fighter, and a tall, long fighter, Rolly was easily able to stab him to the body and then come up top with the left hook and counter with the left hook. But let me tell you, beautiful people, why the stab to the body from Rolly Romero will not work versus Manny Pacquiao. I'll tell you why. It's because, simply, if you look at the history of Rolly Romero, he always struggles with fighters who got power in their left hand and who are shorter than him. Now, whenever he fights someone shorter than him, he can't stabbed him to the body. Why? Is because he's risking getting countered. But when he's fighting someone taller than him, he's easily able to stab them to the body. Why? Is because the target is there. And when Rolly fought Ryan, I was actually shocked with the height difference. Ryan was way taller than Rolly. I don't know what Rolly's exact height is, but he's definitely not more than 5'7", 5'7", 5'7.5", probably, I don't know. He's probably mentioned, the height, his height is mentioned probably higher, like taller than 5'7", but the man was extremely short versus a 5'10" Ryan Garcia. And stylistically, it is an unbelievable fight for Manny Pacquiao to beat him. Now, I believe that Manny Pacquiao, Rolly will not be able to stab him to the body because he's going to be afraid of listen, history will show us, beautiful people, when he fought Pitbull and Gervonta, two fighters who got power in their left hand and two fighters who are shorter than him, they were able to easily counter him whenever he wanted to get close to them. They were easily able to counter him with their left hand. Pitbull with his check left hook and Gervonta with his backhand, which is the left hand. He was able to, both men finished Rolly Romero with their left hands. And Manny Pacquiao is faster than both of them, more experienced than both of them, and simply a better fighter than both of them. Now, yes, he is much older, but he proved in his last fight versus Mario Barrios that the man is still dangerous as ever. And let me tell you another thing, beautiful people. Just because Mario Barrios was able to take Manny's punch and best punches, that doesn't mean that Rolly Romero will be able to take Manny Pacquiao's best shots. And Mario Barrios, when he's healthy, when he's not weight drained, the man got one of the best chins in our era, beautiful people. Let me tell you, the only time where we saw him get finished and have a suspect chin was against Tank. Why? Is because one, he was weight drained, and two, he had a rehydration clause. But when he fights, when Mario Barrios fights the winner of Manny versus Rolly, and like he showed in the first Manny Pacquiao fight, he got a chin and a half. And look at that knockdown that he absorbed versus Abel Ramos. And look at the punishment that he absorbed versus Keith Thurman, and he never went down. Never. And that is why the only fight I believe that makes all the sense in the world for Mario Barrios is for him to fight the winner of Manny Pacquiao and Mario Barrios and Rolly Romero, in the first quarter of 2026. By then, he would have recovered, would have gotten the best shape of his life. And not just that, by then, PBC would have been able to get enough money to stage another fight. Because if you actually think about it, the only upcoming event that's announced by PBC so far is the Thurman versus Fundora fight. Other than that pay-per-view card, we haven't heard anything from them. Anything, which is extremely unfortunate and extremely alarming if you actually think about it, beautiful people. Now, stylistically, let's say Rolly beats Manny. What an unbelievable, exciting, must-see TV that fight would be. Rolly versus Mario Barrios. Two heavy-handed guys. Two guys who got unbelievable power in both hands. And two fighters who barely ever take a step back. And again, Mario will get a chance to become a unified world champion, and the man has earned it. The man has fought the who's who in the worst possible scenarios possible, and in lose-lose situations. Listen, even that Manny Pacquiao fight, Mario didn't really have much to gain. If he would have lost that fight, they would have said you lost to a 47-year-old Manny Pacquiao. If he would have won that fight, they would have said, you beat an old Manny Pacquiao, who was way past his best, who was retired for nearly half a decade. So, I'll say it again, the winner of Manny versus Rolly should be the next fight for Mario Barrios. Unification bout, WBC welterweight title and WBA welterweight title on the line. Winner takes all. Bring on that fight, because let me tell you, beautiful people, you can say whatever you want about Mario Barrios, but one thing you can never say about the man is that he's not brave, is that he's not willing to fight anyone and anyone at any given night, and that he doesn't give it his all. And that is why I love Mario Barrios the fighter, but most importantly, I love and admire, and I have all the respect in the world for Mario Barrios, the human, the soul, the spirit. One of my favorite fighters and one of the bravest fighters of our time.